Dragi navijači in podpornika nogometnega kluba Tabor Sežana, dobrodošli znova na stadionu Rajko Štolpa v Sežani. Danes je pred nami obračun 8. kroga v drugi slovenski nogometni ligi, kjer v Sežani gostimo moštvo Kšetij iz slovenske Bistrice. Dobrodošli navijači in igralci in vodstvo slovenske Bistrice. V preteklem krogu so naši nogometaši na domačem igrišču proti Iljevi iztržili le točko. Nekaj dni predtem pa smo bili na stadionu Rajko Štolpa Sežane priča pravi drami v pokalnem tekmovanju, ker so se naši fantje zoperstavili prvoligašu iz Kopra ter ga po streljanju 11 metrov tudi premagali. Tudi letos se zahvaljujemo vsem sponzorjem kluba. V letošnji sezoni nam predstavljam novega globalnega partnerja in sponzorja kluba Percent Capital. Družba Percent Capital se ukvarja z vlaganjem v izgradnjo in razvoj na področju hotelirstva, informacijske tehnologije ter športnih objektov ter dogodkov. Svojim vložkom razvoj kluba in izkušnjami na področju organizacije predstavlja Percent Capital enega pomembnejših partnerjev nadaljnega razvoja kluba ter tudi lokalnega okolja. Sponzor dresa članskega moštva kluba je Perone Capital, organizacija s sedežem v Združenih državah Amerike, ki se osredotoča na alternativne priložnosti predvsem v športni in zabavni industriji. Našo nogometno zgodbo podpirajo naslednji sponzori: Avtovleka Žerjal, David Žerjal SP, Biostile, Pogama Inženjering, Varsus, Lančar Žerjavi, Empel, Gras Invest, A-Koda Plus in Intech Group. Partneri kluba so avtobusni prevozi Autoekspert, Avtoprenova, Gradbena DOO, gostilnica in pizzerija Pri Naju, restauraciji Milivec in Spark, podjetje Medisport, vadbena centra Filsport in Free Time, Kingsbox, samopostrežna pralnica perila podjetja Sirac Sežana ter tiskarne Super Print, Pride Phoenix, DTP Studio ter tiskarna Mljač Divača. Uradni opremljalec kluba je s novo sezono postalo podjetje Macron. Pa pogledamo današnje akterje tekme med ekipama Tabor Sežana, Kšetij in Bistrica. Domači strateg se je odločil za naslednjo postavo. Številka 1 Žerjavi Denis, 4 Nejčev Nikola, 7 Todorov Krasimir, 19 Hodžić Adis, 21 Petkov Stanislav, 23 Friški Mihael, 25 Stančić Dino, 27 Medic Slaček Mateusz, 30 Rose Federico, 49 Sever Leon in 88 Korun.
Welcome everyone to the Tabor broadcast of what is an increasingly big game between Tabor Sežana and Bistritza, as it was already a big game. Let's be really honest, it was already a big game, but last night Brynji opens the door with their first draw of the season. Brynji ties Gorica, as boy, if you're a Tabor fan, I'm not sure that anything other than a draw there was going to be acceptable with either of those teams winning, but they draw a 2-2 draw. Brigney now with 22 points has opened the door, their first sign of not getting 3 points. NAFTA is tied with them at the top with 22 points. Bistritza at 19 points. If Bistritza pulls out a victory here, they'll draw into a three-way tie at the top. Belticini is in fourth with 17 points, tied with your Tabor Sejana fellas at 17 points. So if Tabor pulls out 3 points, they can draw to within 2 points of the leaders. They'll jump up above Bistritza. If Bistritza pulls out a victory, then they will obviously move into a tie for the top spot. And if there is a draw, Tabor will, at the very least, pull ahead into fourth place. Belticini already with 8 games played, as this is one of the later games of the evening, obviously. So for some of you watching this, good evening. For some of you, good afternoon, as it is for me. And for some of you, good morning, even for those of you on the West Coast in the United States. I'm Kyle Shipp, and I get the amazing pleasure of hanging out with you guys today as, boy, we root on our red and blacks, trying to pull out a victory here, starting into a really difficult stretch of the season for Tabor, as, boy, Tabor coming up is going to be playing a long stretch of some of the top teams in this league. So it's going to be interesting to see as the season pans out how things go now with this stretch coming up, as so much going on at the top of the league, and really a crazy top of the league when you look at it, as the top 5 teams have really dominated in their own various ways, as Tabor has done it through defense. The stingiest team in the league. They've only allowed 1 goal against. So with 7 games played, that means whatever 1 divided by 7 is, that's how many goals they're allowing a game. And Bistritza is the most prolific goal-scoring team in the league. Brigney has 22, but they've obviously played 1 more game than Bistritza before this game. Bistritza with 21, Brigney with 20. And so Bistritza is scoring 3 goals a game. Tabor is giving up barely a quarter of a goal a game. So going to be an interesting offense versus defense matchup here. See how things play out and really how the game lays out. Is Brigney scoring a lot of goals because they're pushing a lot forward? Is that going to open up the counterattack, which we have seen at times be very good for Tabor? Is the Tabor defense going to continue to hold very strong against a Bistritza attack that has really come on as of late? And as of late, I mean this season, in the 2025 season. Tabor Sejana, as we move into the next several weeks, and boy, after the game with Koper, we'll be honest, we're all a little bit disappointed with a 1-1 draw to Illyria, but coming now a week off after, boy, an emotional victory against Koper to move into the next round of the Slovenian Cup. The late draw kind of ripped our hearts out, and I'll be honest with you, when you're in a good position when you start being disappointed in draws with your team. Then Bistritza today, NAFTA next week, and then Bilye, Belticini, and Brigney. So there is going to be a massive group of movement for somebody based on Tabor. If Tabor continues to be the buzzsaw that they've been and continues to win, we're going to see Tabor really vault themselves into the top of the league. But what an important grouping of games, as they've got some massive games coming up. As Bistritza has, here's an interesting thing. If you pull up Bistritza's schedule and you take a look, Bistritza has drawn a ton of red cards against them. Something to watch as the game goes on. Is it the fast break attacks of Bistritza? Boy, is there, do they have just someone who just aggravates the opponent to no end? We're going to have to see. SD Vidim on the 24th drew a red card. Jesenice drew a red card. We saw some chippiness with Yetsenitse at Tabor, so we can kind of see that. Goritza back on the 34th drew a red card. Valigny drew a red card back on the 8th. So going to be interesting to see as that begins to play out. Is that a product of their play, or is that a product of maybe the way that they poke and prod at their opponents? Tabor, obviously, I don't want to say prone to yellow cards. I think it's the aggressive defensive nature of Tabor has drawn several yellows. How's that going to play out as the game, and how does that play out in the substitution area of the game? As, hey, speaking of who's going to be on the pitch, let's set the pitch for you. In goal for Tabor, Dennis Zeriali, as Zeriali has really led the way in the three keepers. I mean, let's face it, three keepers go almost 400 minutes into the season without giving up one goal. Ilaria finally squeaks one by, but Zeriali has really been leading the way. Going to be in front of him is Nikola Nechev. Nechev has been very big for Tabor in that defensive front. Krasimir Todorov, he's going to be trying to run in through the midfield. Adis Hodzic, Stanislav Petkov, Mihail Brishki, Dino Stancic, Mateusz Medic-Slacek, Federico Rose, Leon Sever, and Jorosz Korun. As we're going to get an opportunity to see, boy, this is a lineup that we have seen and see how this plays out in this offense versus defense battle. Hey, I'm going to do my best for you with the Bistritza names. You guys know me. I'm doing my best, but hey, here from Texas, it's really not fair to throw the European names at a Texan, but I'm learning my best. So we got Luka Dacic, Renee Skurget, Christian Turden, Nick Pirechnik, Andrzej Borovnik, Jaka Kosnik, Anye Dukaric, Dejan Kantuzer, Miha Spurniak, Gal Gorinak, Inye, oh boy, this one's going to trip me up. Here we go. Inye Marsetic. So, Marsetic, there we go. So we're going to call out numbers as we go through the day for you. I was just trying to get your names down first. As, man, I appreciate the community that we've developed and appreciate the enjoyment that you guys have with my pronunciations. As you're going to have Tabor is going to be in the white, and Bistrica in the red. Is, boy, it begins to feel like everybody wears either red or white here in the Slovenian second division, with just a couple of exceptions. But going to get things started off here pretty soon, as we're going to get you the scoreboard up and ready to go. And hey, where's my boy? We gotta get our shield back up as well. There's our shield, and we're about to get underway. Going to see how this game plays out. Obviously, a massive game here in the Slovenian second division. Just waiting on the first whistle from the official. Hey, if you're in the chat, do me a favor, drop where you're from. Always fun to see the community and where everybody is from. And also do me a favor, hey, help me wish my daughter a happy birthday. Today is her 12th birthday. We just went to her favorite place and ate some Indian food before we came here and got the game started. As, boy, what a great day. Celebrate a birthday with your daughter. And now get a chance to watch Tabor and Bistritza, as so much going on. Going to move down already for a Tabor throw-in on the far side. Night game in Sežana. Sežana, a beautiful place, and under the lights, absolutely amazing. As going to move up the far side, Slacek trying to move through the far side. And the throw in quickly off to Rose and bounced around. Going to move to the near side as Stancic moves it to, boy, moving up to Hodzic. Hodzic with a nice ball in, looking for Rose. Sent away by that Bistritza defense, but a really good attempt early on in the match here for Tabor, as Korun trying to find, there's Hodzic. Hodic's going to go down as, well, we're finally going to get a flag, and we're going to get a, wait, we're going to get a foul against Bistritza. As little unusual. I think Coach Rado is agreeing with me here. Really thought that initial ball against Hodic was going to be a foul, and then eventually, and that looks like a handball there, honestly. As for anyone who's watching, I am unabashedly a Tabor supporter, so I'm going to do my best to be entertaining as well as close to impartial while still wearing my red and black of Tabor. So if you're a Bistritza fan, you are more than welcome to be here. We're excited that you're here and exciting that you're joining us. But definitely probably going to lean a little bit more towards the Tabor side, as there's going to be a throw-in now to Tabor. Stancic getting in the middle of things once again. This game could be a gritty game, you know, like we've talked about. Going to be unusual to see with the offense versus defense, the prowess of each side. We haven't really seen the top offense in the league versus the top defense in the league. I think this game's probably going to get pretty gritty and down and dirty, as I think Stancic is going to be good for that. Rose goes with the cross in. Ball's bounced up and away, as had a runner into the back post. Good looking runner as well. Couldn't tell who that was, as the light shining off that white jersey when they get to the far touch line. Looks like that might have been Slachik. Slachik trying to run in to that back post and just tipped away by a Bistritza defender. And it's going to set up once again. That's going to be Brischke right in the middle. Korun on the near side. He's going to go back to Brischke. This back three have become really solid for Tabor over the course of the season. Brischke, Korun, and Nechev. And ball taken away at midfield. Going to see the first real attack here coming from Bistritza, running down the near side as, boy, backing off. As Dukaric had a nice diagonal run. Nobody really coming to help him, though, so Dukaric is going to back the ball off. Now they're going to move the ball to the far side. Nechev on the back and tries to take it away, boy, as a nice ball across. Header off, and then header off of Hojic. And Stancic now turns the ball around in midfield. He's going to drop it off, and boy, and right behind him, sneaking up, and the first goal of the game goes to Bistritza, as kind of lurking was Marcedic, and Marcedic was back by the goal as they dropped the ball from Stancic to Brischke. Marcedic just kind of lurks, comes over and takes it away. Sneaky as a goal for Bistritza. And Tabor down early on in the game. Gonna have to try to find a way to come back, and now it gets a little interesting. Plenty of time left. So this is one of those instances. There's plenty of time left for Tabor to try and work back through this. So no need to panic and get really out of the ordinary. However, boy, is Tabor gonna have to come out of its shell a little bit. Not that they play in a massive shell. They're not staying behind the ball all the time, as we've seen. They've had some potent attacks, and I think they may have to replace the posts at some point, as Tabor have really nailed balls off the post quite a bit. See if some of those can come across into the net as we're up and running once again. Hey, as I've seen Davor, if you're in the group chat, Davor has teased a couple of releases, and so those are gonna be coming up at halftime. Make sure you stay with us for halftime, as you get an opportunity to reveal something special to you, but also point you to the brand new website that's counting down and will be live at halftime. So something fun for you to get a chance to do as you're going through here. Sever, and boy, Sever is walled off. Maricic once again with another ball taken away. Excuse me, Marcedic takes the ball away from Sever. Sever was closed down by Marcedic and another one of the forwards. So this ball back around now, going to Zeriali. Dangerous ball, dangerous play, as Tabor maybe trying to kind of find their footing once again. As Tabor trying to work through the midfield. Hojic back to Korun after testing right at the midline. Korun now is going to send the ball long, looking for Rose. Rose controls it with the chest. Now the header to Stancic. Stancic controls, looking for Hojic down the line. Little miscommunication between Rose and Hojic, as both took a couple of hard steps and then both backed off, allowing that ball to go out of bounds. Into touch, excuse me. See, there we go, man. When you bounce back and forth between a couple of different sports, and And we're gonna make sure we're getting the terminology correct, as controlled by Todorov. Todorov tries to send it to the far side. Nobody's gonna be there, as running that down is gonna be Spuryank. So Spuryank turns the ball around and now moving through the back line, as Bistritza moves through the middle pretty well once again. Sever tries to cut that ball off, as handled well by Gorenek. Gorenek moves the ball to the far side, playing through the far side now, looking for another opportunity for a cross into the middle, and a ball all the way through. Boy, looking, we're going to see who that was. It might be Marsetic once again. Marsetic had a nice ball coming to him at his feet, and just a little bit of a misplay, goes all the way through, and Tabor is going to start up once again. Hey, is Senior Willie, it's your birthday too. Hey, happy birthday to both to my daughter and Senior Willie out of El Paso. Senior Willie, I'm not sure what your name is. I can only see your YouTube handle, so happy birthday to you. Got Ivan from Croatia listening with us. Eric out of San Antonio. And Jacob, thank you for wishing my daughter a birthday from the East Coast. Thomas from the Netherlands. Man, we got people from all over the place. Alessandro from Italy. And John Myers from Southern Oregon. As Bistritza now going to send the ball long, send it forward, as foregoing trying to play out of the back. Probably, it may see that a little bit. You know, one of the things that Tabor's done good is Tabor's press up in their attacking third, the defensive third of the opposing team, has been good and made it difficult to get the ball through, as there are some hard workers in that press between Rose, Stancic, and Todorov. You want to talk about guys with high running engines, as Tabor now going to take the ball back, and they're going to try and move the ball through once again, now trying to play through the middle, and a throw into Tabor. As you can see, the video board on the far side. So Tabor on national television. That's when they bring out the video board in front of that concrete wall. Boy, it's a good look here in the Rajko Stolfa Stadium in Sežana, Slovenia. These two teams playing from very different parts of the nation, as Bistritza coming from the eastern side of the country. They've got a small area as well. Sežana with about 6,000 people, Bistritza with about 8,000 people. So while different areas of the country, kind of maybe similar makeup, at least in terms of size of the municipality that they're around. Stancic trying to run the ball down, trying to make it a little bit stressful, getting the ball out of the backfield. Stancic now the ball moves to the far side. Boy, sorry, I was trying to look for number 27. Didn't see a 27 on my team sheet, so that must be number 21. Ball rejected at the 18. Boy, and hard on the ground, as no fouls quite yet. Now they're going to move the ball through. Official says play on, says that's just soccer plays. They're looking for Rose and Stancic. Now Todorov comes in behind. Todorov has the ball taken away as numbers were coming forward. Now numbers going back the other way. Possible counterattack, but going to be offside on the far side. As I was looking for number 27. That is, it's a number 21, so that's Skuttergit's jersey. And playing out of the back once again. So Tabor moves the ball to Karun. Karun now sends it forward, as Petkov is going to bring the ball forward. And Petkov looks to send a long ball. There's Stancic on a run. Stancic with control, and I'm going to say it goes off of the arm of Stancic. They're going to get it started once again. A nice run right through the middle, though. You saw those defenders sitting back. He had a good run. Looked like maybe he was going to try and drop it back to Rose before the touch illegally from Stancic. So moving forward, is that Nechev? Boy, Nechev loves coming forward. Stancic back to Nechev, and just a little bit too far, cleared out. And now back once again, as fighting off a potential foul from Stancic. Boy, I think Stancic might have been trying to stop a little bit of a run and give away a foul. But fighting it off, boy, physicality. So Karun does a good job allowing that ball to slowly trickle across, as I was starting to get a little bit worried that it wasn't actually going to make it. So Zariali sets up again and going to play out of the back. Karun's going to bring the ball forward. Hojic on the near side gives the ball to Sever. Sever goes right back to him. Sever's going to back off. Petkov coming down in front of him, and Petkov's going to look to turn. Petkov's got a little bit of space, looks for the long pass and trying to cross all the way over. And not sure if maybe he was expecting the run in from Slachik or if he was if he maybe mishit it. Sever takes the ball away in the middle, and a throw in once again on that far side. So the throw in coming. And yet another throw in for Tabor as just battled off and fought. Tabor looking for a way to try to move the ball forward. Boy, we're dangerous early on. And the goal from Bistritza, kind of the sneaky goal where Marsetic sneaks up behind Brischke and takes the ball away on just a normal backpack. Marsetic just kind of hung out by the goal. Man, almost kind of felt like a FIFA, PlayStation FIFA move that you would pull. Takes the ball away and scores. And Tabor's had trouble kind of getting their feet back under them ever since. They started out really hot. As a ball across is a little too long, we're going to get a goal kick for Tabor. Nechev's going to bring the ball forward. As you can hear Rado calling Slachik to clear out and move further upfield. As a pass from Karun is going to get rejected right in front of him, but going to be a throw-in now to Tabor. As Hojic gets the ball back in. Still a ball on the field as the coach for Bistritza is trying to point out there's a ball on the field. Now we're going to get the ball off the field. And a header looking for Rose from Todorov, just a little bit too far. And a great read from Stanchik. Stanchik steps in, drops the ball back to Hojic. Hojic sends a long ball across. Had Slachik coming in behind. Defender on the far side, though, reads it, sends it way out of play. And Hojic very quickly back up, going to send it to Karun. Karun into Sever. Sever with a turn. Ball across the middle and taking away. Boy, closing down the passing lane. That's going to be number 47, Jaka Kosnik. Kosnik reads that ball well as it looked like there were several white shirts for Sever. Now turning the ball around. Cross coming in from Gorenek and rejected immediately, but once again on the attack as Bistritza. Now Bistritza is going to retreat all the way back to their back line, try and reset as everybody got clumped up on that far side. They're going to try and spread things out, see if they can get their offense back up and running. As a ball sent far down the field, way up in the air. Brischke is going to win the header, but second ball one running right through the middle, all the way down to Dukaric. Dukaric back out to Kantuzer. And Kantuzer now looks like thought he was going to try to go down to the end line, but he drops it back off to Dukaric. Dukaric now trying to get down to the end line, see if he can get a cross in. Stopped, comes back. And now just trying to draw in defenders as Dukaric, boy, does he get through? They're going to give a corner kick. Boy, I think Dukaric got through, had two players on him, able to get through and creates a dangerous situation with a corner kick. Hojic was on him and just kind of slow played it until he found his opening. Got away and Hojic drops it off there. Bistritza set up for a short corner. Tabor is going to bring two out to match that. Nobody at the near post. Everybody basically right in the middle of the goal between the keeper and the penalty spot. Zariali already bumping back and forth with the player right in front of him. Ball's going to go to the back post. Up. Nice header from Karun. Karun gets the ball away as a high kick goes straight into the ground and Tabor off and running. As now going to be, boy, cleared out by the keeper. Really nice run there. I can't exactly tell who that is. Maybe Todorov. As Todorov took off running, forced the keeper to come out. In Dakic. So Dakic comes out and does a good job as Todorov had gotten behind everybody. Todorov, boy, Todorov takes a shove in the back. As, boy, who is that? That's Cantusier. Cantusier not really happy, but I tell you what, anytime that you're gonna push somebody, and that's not Todorov, that's Petkov. Boy, Petkov, that man receives more hard fouls than anybody. As, boy, at the end of the season, I'm not sure who's going to win Player of the Year, but I think Petkov is going to win Ice Bath of the Year. So Petkov and Todorov going to stand over the ball. Both these guys really good at sending the ball in. Looks like it's going to be Todorov is going to take this. Todorov's going to take it. He may run through and tap it. He's not. So Petkov with the deke, Todorov with the deke. Todorov sends it in. Rose is going to head the ball, hits it straight up, has a miss hit, tries to control it again, and they're going to retreat the ball all the way back. Hojic is just going to drop it back to Zeriali and give everyone time to reset as Tabor, boy, just about 18 minutes down in this half. Already a lot has happened. I say it's odd. A lot has happened and not a lot has happened. There's been a lot of play right in the midfield. Been one unfortunately exciting play as a pass trying to break lines is cut off, and Bistritza turns the ball around coming back the other direction. Stancic comes back in defensive help. Rose trying to get back there as well. As Skirgit with a one-touch pass back and forth. Skirgit just running into the box. He's on the 18. Sends the ball forward. 2 hops. Zeriali's going to pick it up. As had some players in the way. Had a chance to be really dangerous. He goes right for middle of goal. If that ball goes to the far post, boy, there might have been enough people in the way that at least makes it hard for Zeriali to see. Zeriali, though, with sure hands, able to pick the ball up and start things again. Brisky is going to move the ball all the way up to Nechev. And Nechev's going to take a look. He's going to slow things down, looking for a pass. Bistritza have really done a good job stepping in the way of passing lanes, preventing passing lanes from opening. As Stancic drops the ball off, and now back out to Hojic. Hojic trying to get down the end line. As Hojic gets tangled up, and a kick for Tabor. As, boy, and tangled up might be the wrong word. I think Hojic got stepped on. Last night I had the opportunity, I was doing a college game here locally in the States, got a chance to talk to a couple former players that were in the booth with me. Talked about the impact that kind of getting stepped on and kicked has in the middle of a game, and they just say that it doesn't go away quickly. About 5 or 10, it's going to go away in 5 or 10 minutes, but boy, it really affects you for the next little bit. And so Todorov steps out. Petkov's going to be just outside line. Everybody else is at the 18. They're going to run in. Todorov sends the ball in low, and Rose tries to get there, but low and kicked away. Hojic sends the ball back in, a header away. Stancic looking to try to get, Brisky trying to get on the end of that, and it's just going to be cleared away as Brisky, you saw he sticks the foot out and then pulls it back as the Bistritza defender goes down. So Brisky threw the hands up, the universal sign of, I promise I didn't touch him. Todorov to Hojic. Hojic back to Todorov. Todorov controls. And ball, boy, looking for the back post. Slotchik was there. Slotchik just a little bit over his head. And then physical play as both players bump. A foul is going to be called on Slotchik. And Bistritza gets to take a little bit of a breath as some dangerous play from Tabor. Tabor doing a good job maybe trying to find some momentum here in this game. But a kick coming nonetheless from keeper Luka Dacic. Ball bounces around and taken away. Good job. Stancic now. Stancic one-on-one. Stancic does a good job dropping it off. They're going to move the ball down to Karun. Karun has Hojic down at the near side. Hojic with a little bit of space. Oh, man, ball pulls him back just a little bit. Hojic goes long into the box. And jumping, making the catch is going to be the keeper. Had Stancic running right into the middle of the box, so it looked like Hojic was looking for Stancic, and the ball just sailed on him just a little bit. So a long ball once again. Trying to get the ball down on the Tabor side of things. And very quickly, Bistritza on the front foot. Bistritza moving down, cuts back. And Well, we saw that on the near side. Bistritza really getting down to that, getting down on the line. They're willing to slow play that, almost play it like you do when you're in the lead and you go to the corner. They're willing to slow play it and make you make a decision. Ball across, sent away by Karun, I believe. Karun kicks it away, and now Bistritza in control outside the 18. Steps in front is Petkov. Good read from Petkov. Stancic coming down. He's being closed down from behind. Takes a kick behind, and the foul. As Stancic, a nice move from Stancic. He was losing ground, decides to slow up and turn for the pass. Winds up getting kicked and the foul. And then Bistritza get a verbal warning from the official. Nice run from Stancic. A good pass from Karun, just a few feet out in front of Stancic. Ball bouncing back through the midfield. Going to be won back by Tabor. Zeriali in control, back to Karun. And Hodges. We've seen Hodges with the ball at his feet a lot in this this first half to this point. And a good thing, Hodges is so fast and so quick. He's very difficult when he gets the ball down that side. He's going to create a lot of problems. We've already seen Hodges get a couple of balls into the box and win a couple of fouls. Going to have to rely on him as they're trying to kickstart this offense early on in this game. Hodges looking for a pass, comes back to Sever. Sever looking for Stancic down the line. Stancic kicks the ball across. Boy, looking for Rose. Was going to be good. Kind of had to give it an awkward high kick as he jumps up. And right in front, as we've seen teams do, is they are man-marking Rose with their biggest defender. Rose's physicality makes him a problem in the box. And you're just kind of waiting for that ball that's going to get to him and get to his forehead. Ball gets to Rose's forehead, usually finds its way in the back of the net. Rose, though, being tracked everywhere that he goes. Hodges gets in front. Stancic with the control. Stancic moves it over the middle to Todorov. Todorov, a little bit of a trip, goes once again. Now looking, boy, I don't know if he was looking for Rose or if he was looking for the runner in behind. Couldn't tell who that was. That might have been Slachik. As, unfortunately, ball bounces off of Rose. Stancic now. Stancic drops the ball back out to Slachik. Slachik to Hodges, and now Slachik's going to try and get back to his position on the far side of the field. Tabor is going to turn, set the ball up to the far side, try and bring the attack from the far side this time. As lurking back there in the backfield, Marsetic cutting off passing lanes, forcing Tabor maybe to go forward before they were ready. And we're going to get a foul on, I believe that's Sever. Sever trying to close down that back line as they were passing back and forth. Called for a foul, and so we'll start up once again. Ball sent in, or sent down, not sent in, but sent down. Todorov trying to control. Todorov has a player right on his back. It's going to be a throw-in, won by Goranek. Goranek to this point has become pretty pesky. We've seen him several times right down those wings. Create some pesky plays. Nothing explosive just yet, but boy, pesky and annoying turns into explosive after a while if you lose your patience with it. Rose trying to run this ball down. They're going to drop it all the way back to the keeper. Rose is going to force him to really have to get rid of it quickly. He's just going to send the ball up and down towards the touchline on the far side. Back and forth at the far side. And eventually going to be out for a throw to Tabor. Still 20 minutes left to go here in half number one. And another throw to Tabor. We've seen a lot of back and forth right around that far touchline. Near touchline, ball gets in and gets away pretty quick. Far side, and a lot of in and out over there. Rose trying to fight off somebody. Rose gets it off to Todorov. Now Hodges has an opportunity. Hodges goes up and just too high. Oh, boy, I couldn't tell. Obviously, I guess the keeper didn't get a touch on it. Hodges trying to go middle of the goal, up above the keeper, expecting the keeper to go down to ground. Boy, really great play from Rose. Rose battles off the defender, moves the ball to Todorov. Todorov does a good job, finds Hodges immediately. Hodges just too high on the goal as Tabor create a really nice looking attack. Hopefully can create some more of that. That's the physicality that Rose can create. They're going to say, as Karun not really thrilled. They're going to say that the official got hit twice with a ball. He's going to give it over to Bistritza. And now Tabor trying to close down with that high press. Headed back to Zeriali. Zeriali is going to pick it up and drops it right back down on the ground for Karun. We talked about it, continuing to find ways to get Hodzic involved in the offense. You see Hodzic way up, moving, trying to create some space in the passing lanes. And I think the continued success of the Tabor defense has really allowed Hodzic to start moving down that side a little bit more. Early on, I think there was a little bit of concern about the defense in Kirka. Kirka had some good opportunities early on as this new back line was trying to get used to each other. Now, though, as they've played so well together, trying to create some space, create some passing lanes, and open up some areas to run in behind. As Hodzic starting to find his way more down the line. Now coming across the middle, looking for a Rose, and nice anticipation from the Bistritza defense right there in the central defender, as that's going to be Kasnik. Kasnik does a good job sending that ball away, and now off on the counterattack. Here comes Bistritza. Bistritza down, moving down the near side. Goranak across to the middle. Goranak tries to curl a ball in. I don't think that was really meant to be a shot. Trying to curl a ball in, as running in behind and running in with a full head of steam was a Bistritza player. Didn't get a chance to see his number as he was coming in, but boy, that was going to be a dangerous looking play if that ball would have been held up for just a little bit longer. As looks like the player that was running in is Borovnik, Andrzej Borovnik. Rose goes in. Rose is going to get called for offside. Boy, puts the ball in the back of the net, but called for offside. You saw the back line immediately calling for it. So despite that, Tabor, we're starting to see Tabor aggressive at the top, aggressive in the attacking third. Would love to see them draw this game back to 1-1 heading into half, as we've had some impressive plays. Boy, Goranak collides with Karun, and Goranak kind of doubles over, holding his back. And here comes Hodzic. Hodzic down the near side. Hodzic tries to get across to the middle. Corner is going to get conceded by Dukaric, as a really nice job from Hodzic moving down the side. Great passing from Tabor. Tabor starting to find some open spaces, moving down into the attacking third. Corner set up from Tabor. Little fuzzy. I think that's Petkov, though, that's going to send the ball in. Everybody right around the penalty spot for Tabor. Lots of bodies there. Going to see him spread out. As Petkov sends the ball in, he's going to send it long to the back post. Coming in, header, and is it going to bounce off the post? Oh my gosh, as it bounces around, not handled cleanly by the keeper. Boy, a great header. Couldn't tell who that was on the back post. Was that Karun? I think it was Karun. Heads the ball down, not handled cleanly. I think it bounces off of the near post. Oh my goodness, someone measure those posts. There's no way they're wide enough right now. We're going to get it again. Petkov gets set up. Bet they're going to try and double up on Karun right here after an impressive header. Petkov sends the ball in. Going to go back post once again. Way up above everybody is Rose. Ball's going to hit off the top of his head. Tabor just going to try to retain possession. And sending the ball back in now. Running in behind. Looks like... We couldn't tell who that is that's on the... I guess that was Petkov. Petkov trying to run in. We're going to get another corner kick. This time setting up for a short corner. Quickly, there's Todorov. Todorov ready for the short corner with Petkov. Moves it over to Petkov. Right foots it in. Header comes off and a goal! Rose with the header and the goal! What a great job. You saw the keeper, Dakic, come off of his line, and Rose comes in front of him, goes up and over. What a great job. And how about the right-footed delivery from Petkov? Boy, as he comes in and he's running the wrong direction, pivots his body and sends it in. Rose with the flick on and into the goal. 1-1, Tabor draws near. What a great job from Tabor. As Tabor, we've talked about, they have looked dangerous. They've continued to look dangerous. Can they continue to look dangerous? If they stay on the front foot, boy, I can't see. To this point, the only big mistake that Tabor have made is on the back pass, and it wasn't so much the back pass. They just weren't aware that Marsetic was waiting for it. Just kind of played a cheeky little game, takes the ball away and scores. Other than that, we've seen some really good things from Tabor defensively and especially offensively. So Tabor now going to turn and try and move the ball forward once again. Hey, how about a long road from Hojic? Is it going to get all the way over? As it does not. Boy, another great response from Hojic. As Hojic is creating some problems for the line. Starting to get that defense spread out, making them lose their shape a little bit at times. Tabor looking as dangerous as they have looked all season long. Hojic to Petkov, back to Hojic, now trying to hold it up as Stancic. Stancic back to Hojic. Hojic, what a great move from Hojic. He's got some space coming across. Rose is right there in the middle, tries to flick it in. A defender steps in front, and another corner for Tabor. Boy, what a nice play as Hojic moves the ball forward, jumps over the defender's foot, gets it across, and boy, if it's not kicked away, you better believe that Rose is going to be able to knock that ball in. They're going to play it short. Bistritza is ready for it that time. They go a nice ball into Rose at the front post, kicked away, ball sent in, and a nice diving save. A great ball from outside the 18. Petkov into Todorov. Todorov rejected in the middle as... Boy, I couldn't tell who that was that got that second shot. Ball bouncing around, and a foul's going to be called on Tabor. Boy, was that Brischke? I think it was Brischke that tried to get a shot on the ball down in the low in the box. Oh my goodness, so much excitement in the last 5 minutes. Tabor on the front foot and really feeling the momentum. They're just going to try and slow this down now. They're going to Bistritza is going to send everybody forward and say, we're just going to play this ball forward, get this thing as far away from our net as we possibly can right now. Well, I bet if you check the blood pressure on the keeper, Dakic, it would be at dangerous levels at the moment. Honestly, I bet if you check the blood pressure on the announcer right now, they're probably at dangerous levels. Koran is looking in the middle to Sever. Sever moves the ball on to Petkov. Petkov pulls the ball back and goes for the run right up the middle. Boy, maybe mishit it just a little bit as maybe that was Todorov trying to run in behind the defense. Petkov tried to find a nice little space. I say mishit it. Really, the central defender just did a good job stepping in front of the pass at the right time. Starting up after the foul. Bistritza, now Bistritza looking to be offensive and see if they can find a way to get some momentum back to their side. Bistritza drops it back out and going to play with the ball on their side for just a little bit. Back and forth trying to get an opportunity. Nice job from Todorov. Takes a shove in the back, but the ball comes to him nonetheless. Running down the near side, Petkov. Petkov has Rose. Petkov goes to Rose and kicked out. Boy, really good defensive play by Christian Turden. Boy, we've seen Turden has been all over the place. Turden is the man tasked with dealing with Rose today. And he's done a pretty good job. We've seen him in the middle of a lot of the defensive plays for Bistritza. So Brischke going to send the ball back to Koran. Koran now looking down. Hojic on a run. Cuts back across, and it's going to be a foul. Are we going to get a card as well? No card. I thought he was going to his pocket. A foul. Going to be a really short corner here as Stancic is not too thrilled about what just happened. Really good ball as you had two guys get behind. Stancic is still having a conversation with the official. I think he's trying to figure out why it's not a card. As Stancic was getting down towards the end line, both he and Hojic had an opportunity for the ball. Hojic does a good job cutting inside, bringing his man across. Stancic winds up catching a leg on his boot. Looks like Rose now is coming out to try and calm the captain down, as the captain not too thrilled. Actually, well, now the official's the one that sends Rose away. Stancic turns and walks off as Todorov is going to set up. Short corner here, and we've seen the headers effective for Tabor to this point. Actually, Todorov's going to come out. Petkov's going to come for the kick. Todorov is set up if they go short with it. Excuse me, no, that's Slotchik. Slotchik with his left foot. Boy, may see him curl the ball hard towards that back post and let a runner in. Rose right in front of the keeper. Karun also there too. They go low, kicked away. Nice defense by Bistritza, and they don't concede the corner there either. Hojic sends the ball long to the far side and going to be dealt with by Bistritza and sent away. Boy, now an attack. It's 3-on-3. Trying to get back, make it 4-on-3 at least is that Sever in the middle there. Ball cleared away and bounced out. But still a threat here for Bistritza. Bistritza sends a long ball in. One player there, and ball bounces off, bounces away as, boy, is he holding his head. As they're stopping it to check the head. Korun's really not happy, but they're stopping to check the head is going backwards, and I think that was Gorenik. Gorenik running backwards, jumps up. All his momentum is going backwards, heads the ball straight up, hits hard on the ground, immediately goes and holds his head. They blow the whistle to check for the head injury, and I think initially Korun was upset. I think he thought maybe he was calling a foul, as everybody's going to take a breather, come over here and get some water during the break. I think we've all seen it on Gorenik is up and moving, still holding his head. We've all seen it on TV. They're going to immediately stop for these head injuries. As I wonder if Korun was thinking of, if maybe some of the Tabor players thinking that's a little sportsmanship there, or a little sporting, as he goes down immediately, as there's some conversation going back and forth between the red and the white jerseys. Brischke now going to slow things down as there was a little bit of intensity immediately. Pass goes past Brischke, runs it down, and now back up to Nechev. 6 minutes left to go here in this half, not including injury time. Petkov's going to bounce it off. Karun is advanced. Karun tries to go into Stancic. Curls just a little bit past, but he gets the ball back. Stancic tries to bring the ball back into, I couldn't tell who that runner was. Brischke goes up head to head. Brischke does a nice job stopping that ball and quickly back on it. Boy, Marsetic is going to hustle through this. Marsetic has done a really good job. He creates a lot of tension. As Marsetic, their top goal scorer this season, I believe. I'm going to double check that here in a little bit, but I believe that's what I read earlier. Ball running in. Hojic now has the ball. Hojic goes to Petkov. Petkov tries to right foot it in, and sliding across is Turden. Turden once again comes up really big, but Tabor have another corner kick. Tabor have really had a ton of corner kicks, especially from this direction. I say especially from this direction, as Petkov with the corner steps in. Everybody's back on the 18. There's going to be a long run in. Ball across, cleared away. Hojic with the ball to the back corner. Nechev goes across, and the ball in the net. Nechev to Rose. Is that Rose? Nechev to Rose, and a brace for Rose, and Nechev with a great job. How incredible was that? And Tabor takes the lead 2-1. What an incredible play as the ball comes in from the corner, rejected out and immediately sent back in. And the big man in the back, Todorov, sends the ball to the middle. Boy, still down in the box, though. Somebody from Tabor, I bet you it's probably Rose. Rose is going to get helped up. Rose with the brace with a couple of absolutely incredible assists. One from Petkov, one from Nechev. Boy, as they have really been on the front foot once they recovered after that unfortunate giveaway early on. Tabor have just continued to push and push and push. Boy, would love to see Tabor continue to keep this up. Their defense has done a good job, and they've really maintained the ball well at the midfield. So Bistritza now, boy, Bistritza trying to maybe pick up the intensity a little bit here to see if they can find a way to eke one out before half, or maybe at the very least just try and keep Tabor from building even more momentum. Karun is going to give the throw over to Hojic. And Hojic into Sever, back to Hojic. Ball kind of bounces high off of his boot and going to wind up being a throw-in now as they're going to drop it off. And the throw-in is going to come from Skirgit. Back and forth, Stancic steps in. Stancic does a good job. They're going to call the foul. I was about to say they didn't call the foul for a while. They're going to call the foul. As Karun 3 minutes to go. Brishki out to Nechev. Nechev drops the ball back. He's going to go all the way back to Zeriali. Marsetic trying to put some pressure on Zeriali. They're going to send the ball away down to the far side. Slotchik, good job bringing the ball to his feet. Nechev now goes right down the line. Nechev is looking to go back to the line. Going to wind up going down the line, and give it away, and then back now. Sever receives it. Pushed on Rose. Rose has to go to ground, trying to get it to Stancic. Todorov goes to ground. Stancic and Hojic in the same area. Boy, back and forth as the ball turns over once again. And they're going to call a foul on Petkov. Ball goes the other way. They're going to check and they're going to stop the play. They were trying to take the quick kick, but still on the ground was Skirgit. That was a physical collision between Petkov. Hey, on the bright side, at least Petkov in a hard foul. He's the one making the foul. Oh, I hit it again. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean to make it 3. Now, here's the deal. I'd love to make it 3-1. Apologize. Maybe, hopefully I'm just, hopefully I'm doing a little bit of fortune telling and getting ahead of myself in 3-1. Thank you guys for letting me know, as I'm the one running all the graphics here as well. So sometimes my mouth and my fingers don't work at the same rate of speed. Moving down the far side. Rose in the middle. Ball's going to get headed away. And Bistritza now with just about 90 seconds left going to take control of the ball. Actually lose it at midfield. Nice job coming up. Is that Petkov? Rose trying to step in the middle. Boy, a nice job of defense stepping right in between Rose, because Rose had an opportunity to go and try and make it a hat trick here in half number 1. Oh boy, and that's going to be a dangerous foul right on the outside of the box. Both players are down, as that's going to be a card. And is that a card for, boy, Tabor really not happy right now. Who is that got the card? Because it wasn't the player that did the kick. I'm trying to keep an eye on who it was that just got the card. Boy, are they going to give 2 cards here? They're going to give 1 card to the person that just got the card, as well as the person that they're going to book for dissent. And I've lost who got the initial card. So, boy, might have been Hojic possibly. Couldn't really tell. As a dangerous ball here from Bistritza. Bistritza's got a big team. They're not dwarfed by the back line of Tabor. So it's going to be a difficult ball to deal with. Boy, and now Tabor not really all that excited about how far back the wall was drawn. That's a long way, as he's going to go to his pocket. He's going to give a card to someone on the Tabor line. So somebody in the Tabor dugout is going to get a card here as well. Boy, and nobody in Sejana is really happy. Who is this that's calling for another measurement? As that was the halftime horn. We're now into injury time. Sever is asking for another measurement. He's saying there's no way that is 10 yards or 10 meters. As he just goes out and points to it. Oh, I guess he's telling him they're on the wrong side of the line. And he's going to blow the whistle, and they weren't even ready for it. They're going to go with a touch. They go to the top of the line, rejected, and on the run now, trying to get way out there and trying to get the ball back, and it's going to be kicked out for a throw as Bistritza. You can see their entire team returning back. Boy, they went with a short one, and they tried to get Marsetic at the top of the 18 and let him maybe bounce it off a couple of bodies down low. Doesn't work, though. It was a great job from Tabor to stay right in the way of that, sends it the other direction. As I'm going to have to check and see who got the yellow card at halftime. They're looking for Hojic down on the end line, just a little bit too long for him. And they're quickly going to get the ball back, and looks like they're just going to kind of slow play it now. They're not going to play out of the back. They're going to play from the long kick. Been several goals and a card, plus one stoppage for a head injury. So we may still have a couple of minutes left here in half number one. Ball kick forward high in the air. Bistritza just going to send that ball way out down to the near side. So unfortunately don't have a way of knowing how much time there is left. So Hojic looking for the throw. He's going to go to Petkov, back to Hojic. Hojic goes high into the box. Rose is there. Keeper goes up. Keeper loses it initially, but keeper goes up and makes the save. Prevents Rose is because the defender had gone down behind Rose, and that's going to be halftime. 2-1 is your score at half. I'm going to step away, and I'm going to figure out who it was that got the card. Unfortunately, as Tabor have been on top ever since falling behind early. They have really come back with a vengeance, sending so many balls to goal, looking so impressive. Hey, do me a favor. So I got one thing to reveal to you here in just a moment. But also want to make sure once you watch this reveal, I want you to go over, take a look at the brand new website as that countdown was setting up for about halftime of this game. So maybe a few minutes off one way or another just based on the length of halftime or based on the length of the first half. But got an impressive new commercial for you as thanks to some of the Tabor owners coming in, Marvin coming in and really putting together an impressive commercial that is going to continue to not only draw the Sejana community, but draw the worldwide community as well. They say we're small. They say we don't count. They say just Sejana. But we are built on stone and fire, a watchtower standing tall. We don't fade, we return.
Gremo gor.
We are brothers. We are Tabor. almost back from half. Hey, got a couple of exciting things for you. We told you about the new website. You can head over to not Instagram, excuse me, Telegram. That'll be on there soon, boy. But we got oh man, if I'll get it in the right format here for you, we've got a good look here at the new boy. I apologize. I was trying to do this real quick for you, and want to make sure that I get it to where you can see it. It's got a new look at the brand new website. So really something exciting. I know we've been asking for that, an opportunity to be able to see some of the guys and get a chance to see a lot more of that. Boy, I'm sorry, some of these are a little bit out of where we want them, but we're going to get back to the game as we're going to get started off. Easy, little bit of a misfire there as we're going to get started off once again here in half number 2. Tabor with the ball. Off and running as Bistritza looking to try to find a way to level this game up. They've had moments of being dangerous. The goal came from, boy, kind of I guess, an unfortunate play if you're wearing a white jersey and a wise play if you're wearing a red jersey. So back at it now here in Slovenia. As I'm going to be silent for just a second, I'm fixing a few animation things for everybody. All right, I am back. No, I'm sorry. I'm not in the toilet. I was having to fix a couple of things on my end with the production here. I want to make sure that you guys have a good production with sound and visuals and everything. Nice ball through, pulled down right at the end. Stančić goes down. They're not going to blow the whistle. Really looks like he had a step, and as he was turning around to try and bring the ball back, they kind of grabbed him and drug him down. But no foul. I believe that the card came on Brisky at the end of the first half. I was checking on that, and they believe it was on Brisky. Don't take my word for it, but boy, it plays in, especially with somebody on this back line. We don't see the back line switching out a lot for Tabor. They've really found a great system that works for them and have played really well across this back. However, we talked about it in the pregame. Bistritza has an unusual amount of reds that show up whenever against the opposing team whenever they play. Rose with the ball at his feet, gets it across to Todorov. Boy, ball hits hard off of Todorov's shin. And trying to come in and make a play, Slačić runs in there, and we're going to get a foul on Slačić as Slačić was trying to wall off his the player that was coming across. They're going to get, somebody comes on to take a look and wonder, boy, both of them hit hard because Slačić came in trying to get in and get the ball, and the defender went right into the keeper. And we're going to see who that is that's down on the ground. As they're over there checking on him. Looks like the keeper is going to be okay. I think the keeper might have just taken a ball, or might have taken a shoulder, maybe even a head, kind of down to the lower leg. He's up and moving around. As you see, Slačić puts his hand up in apology. Does also look over his shoulder. I think anybody who's been in a sporting event knows that the dugout is not kind whenever there is an injury that maybe they feel could have been avoided. There might be a little bit of chirping, but that's kind of the way that sports tends to work. So still down on the field, man, and wonder sitting up. So sitting up now, taking a little bit of time. Obviously, going to wind up coming off the field. Is he gonna have a little bit of a limp to him, or is it were they just checking a head injury, maybe a shoulder injury? By moving really slowly, and I can't tell. That might be a little bit of a limp. That's either Borovnik or it's Skirget. Either one. Well, I see Borovnik right there, so it's Skirget. So Skirget goes down, and Skirget, he's got a little bit more life in his step as he's moving towards the side now. So moving, the ball's going to come forward as Slotchik unable to win that ball. And a little bit of a push off from behind. And Marsetic gives a shove in the back to Nechev. Nechev's going to get things started off really quickly. Back to Zeriali. Now moving the ball through the midfield and giving it away, but back and forth now. So Tabor once again in control of the ball. Tabor trying to turn it around, steps in front, and a throw in to Bistritza. As the side judge was walled off, he couldn't see. Oh, excuse me, they're actually going to give a foul. Oh, wait, they give a foul to Bistritza, so Bistritza's going to send a kick forward. As they're going to send it way down the field. Karun with the header, ball bounces back towards the middle, dangerous area, and taken away, running across, looking for an opportunity to get a ball away. Can't quite find it. And down once again, now running through the middle. Good job. That's Petkov. Petkov takes the ball away. Sever unable to outrun. That's Kantuzer. Kantuzer does a good job getting in front of Sever, taking the ball away, kind of cuts him off. And so Bistritza going to retain possession, but they've got to drop all the way back. So Bistritza taking their time. Nice play. Slotchik does a good job stepping in there. The pass from Sever going towards the middle of the field and taken away in the middle of the field by Kosnik. So Bistritza cutting off some passing lanes here in the middle. We saw this early on in half number one. Bistritza did that well. And the adjustments that Tabor made, boy, they really went with some long passes across the field and started to get some of these wings way in behind the defense and create a lot of problems for Bistritza. Now running up through, there's Nechev. Nechev can really motor as Nechev running through gets shoved off. And how about a card? A card on number 17, Miha Spernyank. Spernyank with the card here early on in the second half, and a really nice job by Nechev. Nechev takes that ball and is moving through. You can see the speed kind of took him by surprise. He's very tall. He's about 6'2". He's got those long legs, and when he opens those up, he's one of the faster players on this Tabor team. As they're just going to play it short here. They're not going to try and send anything into the box. Karun looking for an opportunity. Karun sends the ball towards the middle. Rose flicks on. He's going to bounce off of a defender and bounce out to the 18. Now, boy, looking for a way to get through. Rose does a nice job stepping out. He's going to find Sever in the middle. Sever looks over. Sever sends the ball forward and knocked away. What a rocket from Sever. Boy, Sever from about 25 yards out forces the keeper to have to put a couple of big paws on it and knock it away. Boy, as that was an impressive looking swing from Sever. I didn't think he was going to have a shot. Boy, but if you've ever seen Leon Sever's highlight reel, that guy can put a ball in from anywhere. That was incredibly dangerous. Petkov's going to come out and be a threat at the short corner here. Nothing yet, though, as the run in. Ball's going to go to the back post, and the big hands of Dakic are going to take the ball. Dakic comes right out to the 18, pump fakes a couple of times. Now he's going to have to go short as Todorov, boy, there's that engine of Todorov. That man can just run forever. Tries to close down, creates a little bit of panic on that back line. They're going to move it through now. Nechev steps up. We're seeing Nechev kind of close down the gap in the defensive backfield a little bit as they're trying to get up, or excuse me, trying to cross midfield. We're seeing Nechev more often coming towards midfield. An adjustment made. Todorov now with the ball. Todorov's going to send a left foot into Rose. Rose controls. Rose goes down, and they're going to say he gets the ball though, so they're going to allow play to continue as that ball is going to go out. Nechev picks it up very quickly to throw it in. Boy, Rose goes down, but they say they get the ball, so no foul and no kick for Rose. Boy, stepping across and now going down hard. Man, there's going to be the foul. Who's that went down hard? I would say it's probably Petkov, just from the fact that it was a hard foul. And if it actually winds up, it is Petkov. Oh my goodness, poor Petkov. As anytime there's a hard foul and a Tabor player's on the ground, there's a 75% chance that it's Petkov. 2 balls on the field, as one was on the field. One looks, I don't know if it was thrown on by a ball boy or not. So they're going to get that other ball off. Slotchik and Petkov both by the ball. Everybody else at the 18-yard line. Going to get a run in as Petkov's going to take it. Petkov's going to send this ball with the right foot in. Slotchik runs over the top of it. Petkov sends it in. Back post. Who's there? Karun goes back out looking for Todorov. Todorov takes a swing, kind of goes off the side of his boot, and retreating back in defense is the white jerseys of Tabor. Bistritza trying to move the ball forward. A foul is going to slow everything down. Stanchich with a little gamesmanship kind of steps in the way as they're starting to try to get moving. Here comes Todorov again. Todorov on the run. Excuse me, that's Slotchik. Slotchik running the ball down. Slotchik trying to get in position. He's battling arm in arm, and the foul's going to go against Slotchik, won by Spuryank. Nechev trying to prevent the corner. They get to the corner. Nechev's got to go to ground to keep the ball out of the danger area in front of the net, but a really nice job. Nechev giving the corner. You don't see that a lot with his long legs. And is going to have a conversation with the official, and everybody's going to come in. You're going to have Rose standing right next to Zeriali and Nechev in there with him at about the penalty spot and moving now in towards the 6-yard box. Here comes Bistritza. They're going to go short, and Rose is just going to send that ball towards the TV tower. Or the filming tower, I would say. I think the TV tower is actually right up above the press box. So sends it over the filming tower, and now a throw-in for Bistritza. Bistritza trying to build here. About 12 minutes down in half number 1. Rose coming out, trying to close down. Now the ball coming back down to the near side. That ball's going to go out. It's not going to go out. They're not going to call it. Ratto had a really good look at it. He's not happy. Couple of step overs. A good job on the step overs, but Sever does a great job getting in there and taking the ball away. Still down on the ground. Now that's going to be a foul, and boy, they're asking why there's no card at this point. As now Rose is going to get a little bit chippy with, is that number 40? That is Kashnik. So looks like a Bistritza player got stepped on, but then it looked like the foul that came in was pretty hard. Rose and Kashnik have a little bit of a conversation about it. Nothing else, though, as Brishke now sends the ball to Karun, and Karun's going to try and start things from the far side. Well, he's actually going to move it down this direction. When that ball sent hard out to the near side. I'm not sure what happened there. As Petkov sent a ball really hard right at the camera. He wasn't all that far away. Maybe ball took a bounce he wasn't expecting, so it caught more of a hard area on his foot than he thought. Moving across the middle, Marsetic moves it to the top, now moving in. They've got the corner once again. They're going to pull back off, and a player goes down in the box. Didn't see what happened there. Going to get cleared out. Rose is going to try to battle 3 defenders. He's not going to win that battle. Very few people ever will. As good as Rose is, he's not exactly Zlatan. So they're going to go check what happened down in the box. They're going to stop play as down on the ground, the Veo cam's not going to head over that direction, so not going to get a chance to see. I didn't see exactly what happened. I just know that there was yelling, and then there's somebody laying in the middle of the box, and now lots of conversations on this near side. Is Nechev and Borovnik kind of having a conversation. Borovnik goes palms up. Nechev's kind of shrugging at him. So we're going to get a restart. And the restart's going to go to... Restart's going to go to Bistritza. Thought that Tabor was in control of that ball. I might be incorrect. And offside, so we're going to get things started again here for Tabor. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, we should go check what Marv said. Marv did a great job on the brothers video, and wanted to make sure that you guys are supporting, man. Hey, comment on that thing, share that thing, let everybody see it. The more interaction that you get with it, the more that people are going to see it. And it's a great video and a great tribute to this team and this wonderful club and city. Karan is going to come up, sends the ball back the other way with a header. Ball just kind of playing in midfield for the last couple of minutes, now trying to break out of this. Going to send the ball back and goes down. I think that's Sever. Sever winds up going down, and Sever goes, boy, Sever's holding his leg. He's going to stay on the ground. Boy, nice job right through the middle. I believe that's Todorov. Todorov does a good job preventing the ball from moving too far forward. And, boy, Sever's still down. They're going to go give Sever a look now. Is 15 minutes down. A lot of action here for just 15 minutes. And not all of the action necessarily in gameplay. Boy, Sever goes down. Sever actually kind of holding his chest. So I wonder if when the ball was taken away, boy, he caught an elbow to the chest. I thought maybe at first he got kicked, got stepped on. Boy, he goes down, gets up holding his chest. And we'll start it off once again playing out of the back. Brisky looking long. They're going to go for Slotchik down the side, just a little too strong. Yes, Brisky full of adrenaline, sends that ball way over the head of Slotchik. Petkov comes up trying to cut off the throw. Slotchik steps in. Now back and forth. That ball's going to be out, and the throw in goes to Tabor. Slotchik's going to actually move up and allow Nechev to make this throw. Nechev looking for space, looking for where he's going to try and go. Looks like he might try. He's going to go to the feet of Sever. Sever just tries to flick it on. Slotchik running down. Stanchich running in behind. As now Slotchik drops it off to Nechev. Nechev is going to go all the way back to Zeriali. And Zeriali, they're going to cut off Karun. So you can see they're trying to prevent Karun from starting up this offense. As you saw Marsetic make the ball come down to Nechev. So an adjustment that they've made where they're going to try and cut off Karun when they can. We've seen that a couple of times here in the second half as Karun, and really maybe not just be trying to cut off Karun, they may be trying to cut off Hojic, as Hojic was awesome in the first half, creating a lot of problems. Now the ball's going to go back the other direction, and running back on defense, trying to get in position, going to the corner once again, trying to save it from a corner kick, and a nice job as he's going to try and get a ball away, and they're going to call it a throw. Boy, he doesn't just fall down on his own. Sorry for the personal commentary here. Boy, he goes to kick. And, okay, so they're going to change. They're going to change, and they're going to go to the foul. Boy, they initially were just going with the throw. And who was that was, I believe, it might have been, wait, was it? No, Sever's in the middle of the field. Right there at the 18, whoever's crossing the 18, that's Petkov. Petkov goes down again, go figure. As I'm not making fun of Petkov. It becomes ironic at some point. Petkov goes to kick the ball away and then winds up just collapsing because his foot's hit from behind. So Petkov flicks the ball on forward. Now a little bit of tennis being played at midfield. Slotchik looking to win the ball, kind of gets pushed out of the way. Nice control, bounced around. Nechev's going to kick the ball off of the defender, kept alive though. And Rose now trying to get a turn. Oh, Rose goes down hard. Rose goes to the face immediately. As that was a physical battle, Rose goes down pretty quick, and they're going to take a look at Rose as Rose catches a forearm, maybe even an elbow to the face. As this game's continuing to get more physical, and you wonder if at some point we're going to see, we saw the card on Spurniak. We saw the card on Spurniak with Nechev coming through the middle. There's a lot of guys going down now with some physical play. And going to be interesting to see if we start seeing some warnings or even some cards, as Nechev is going to move the ball all the way up to Karun. Karun back to Brischke. Yeah, you can see really playing from the top to the bottom, trying to keep Hojic out of play. Nechev sends the ball in and going up. Nice job coming out. Very definitive was Dakic. Stancic tries to go up, but the height of Dakic, as well as the ability to use his hands, prevents the ball from getting to Stancic's forehead. And so we're going to continue on now as trying to take the ball away. There's Petkov. Petkov right on the back of Spurniak, excuse me. Now Stancic tries. Boy, Stancic winds up having the ball just kind of kicked away from it at the last second. It looked like Stancic might have had an opportunity, but Foot gets in there, kicks the ball away. Now Rose trying to win a ball and go in the other direction. Todorov sticks a foot in there, can't get there. And Slotchik comes in with the foul and the card. So now Slotchik's going to receive a yellow, as that's kind of the second hard foul that Slotchik has been involved in. Going down quickly was Goranak, as Goranak takes a push to the back, just trying to stop everything. Goranak had beaten a couple of defenders trying to slow him down. So now everyone's going to gather up at the 18. Second yellow for Tabor to this point. Todorov is the lone man in the wall, trying to make sure a low ball doesn't get through. They're going to go to the backside towards the 18. Header comes off. Karun kicks the ball away. And now, boy, as there is a whole heap of bodies down on the backside. Oh, my goodness. At least 3. Is that 4 possibly? I see 2 white shirts and a red shirt for sure. They're checking to make sure everybody's okay. This is becoming a very physical game. It's been a good game. The top of the table, you expect to see intense physical battles here with the top of the table gingerly getting up. So I think we had, is that Hojic and Marsetic. I'm not sure who the other, that wasn't Marsetic. That was somebody else, because Marsetic is just running back on now. Boy, nice job from Slotchik. Slotchik and Nechev. Nechev's running across the middle. He's going to get the ball to Severs. Severs got Stancic. Stancic has to kind of retreat to the far side. Stancic trying to get around the corner. Is going to win a corner. Boy, and this is where Tabor really started to make headway. When they started to get down to the end line and win some corners, we started to see them get more and more dangerous, as Todorov heads off for a corner. When the Veo's kind of drifting on us here. See if we can get that thing back. And well, I'm also going to try and reposition us on the stream a little bit, as the ball's going to come in, waiting to see. We're only going to see the goal itself. And ball's going to get cleared away. Boy, back and forth play. And through the middle and taken away. Rose now. Rose in control of the ball. He's going to drop it off to Sever. Sever comes down to Slotchik on the near side. And Slotchik sends the ball into the back post. Stancic's there waiting on it, and the ball's going to get headed away. Bounces towards the touchline. Ball sent across, but on the ground. Sent out Hojic. Hojic, boy, is going to lose the ball. Is that Goranak again? If so, that guy is all over the place. And going to be a foul on Tabor. Once again, give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got everything where it needs to be here. I want to make sure I get you guys a good look at the game. Boy, Karun steps up. takes the ball away, drops it back to Zariali. 20 minutes to go here in this game. Kind of been a stop and start second half. Is now moving down the near side. Slotchik trying to get involved. Down to ground. Todorov trying to keep the ball alive, but back and forth. Boy, as that was 2 men surrounded by 5 red shirts. Marsetic battling back and forth. And foul's going to get called as they're going to bring the ball back. Boy, Slotchik running up and down this near side. Got to be careful, as I think that foul might have been on Slotchik. Slotchik trying to get forward. They keep cutting him off on this near side, trying to get forward. So as he's coming back, there's been a couple of fouls he's been involved in. He's already sitting on a yellow. As the ball bounces now, Sever goes down. And looks like they're going to play advantage, trying to move through. Brischke tries to spin, gets it out to Hojic. Hojic back to Petkov, now back to Brischke as they're going to try and reset again. Can't see and don't have any indication. Not sure if there's going to be some... There's going to be some changes coming. Just wondering if just going to try and get some changes on for fresh legs. Been a lot of back and forth here. Now, ball tried to be sent in by Sever, turning it around. There's Gornak once again as Gornak trying to get Gornak drops it back off. They try to break the lines. Karan does a good job of reading it. We've seen Karan. Karan has done a good job of anticipating the ball. His experience has really shown through as this season has gone on. Nechev receives the ball. Nechev's going to move forward to Sever. Sever drops it back off to Brischke. Tabor just trying to stay in control of the ball here until they can maybe find some space. Everything's kind of gotten sped up for them in their defensive backfield this half. Had a little bit more time, allowed them to find some more long passes at the end of the first half. Trying not to give them that this time. Slotchik was coming back towards the ball. Nechev was expecting a move down the line.
Iz igre številka 66, Kantužer Dejan, v igro številka 10, Prešer Rok. In iz igre številka 17, Špernjak Miha, v igro številka 15, Kobal Marcel. So 2 substitutions coming on for Bistritza. One of them is going to be number 10, Rock Fisher. And I'm not sure who the other one was. We'll try and find him in a minute. So Ruck Fescher is on. No substitutions for Tabor. I didn't get a chance as I was trying to figure out who was coming on. Didn't get a chance to see who was coming off. Sever, nice job taking the ball away. Sever on this near side, looking for Rose, just over Rose's head. And they're going to start the attack going up the far side. Good job taking the ball away by Slotchik. Slotchik, boy, looking for Todorov. Todorov running across. Slotchik trying to get the ball in. Couldn't quite get there. They're going to start off the attack once again for Bistritza. Now Bistritza looking for the long run, or maybe not the long run, but the far diagonal from Marsetic. And just a little bit out of his reach. That's going to be in your screen is Marsetic, Goranik, and Dukaric. All 3 playing up top, trying to find a way to get that equalizing goal with 17 minutes left to go. That long ball looking for Hojic, so you can see they're trying to find... So Slotchik is going to come off here with about 16 minutes left. He's already on a yellow. So Slotchik's going to come off, and I didn't get a chance to see who that was or hear who that was coming on for him. We're going to find out in just a moment as there he is. So Keenan Carroll's going to step on for Slotchik. Carroll now will be patrolling up and down this near side as he steps into that position. Carroll with a lot of speed. See if maybe he can
with at least fresh legs can make things a little bit difficult as a throw-in now to Tabor. Quick throw from Hojic, gets into Korun. Korun back to Brischke. And Brischke to Nechev. Nechev's being closed down quickly, though. Carroll's going to come out and support. Carroll, nice job corralling the ball. Is going to bring the ball forward to Todorov. Todorov with it tries to make a quick spin. Outreach, though, but the ball's going to roll to Sever. Sever's going to go to the far side to Hojic. Now, Hojic maybe with an opportunity to work a little bit with the ball. He's got a man on his back already. Nice turn from Hojic. What a great turn. Gives himself some space. Ball coming across. Oh, and just a ball knocked up in the air. Not sure if Rose was going to get there, but Rose was coming in looking for goal number 3. Ball bounced up in the air by Dokic, and a corner to Tabor. Great job. There's Nechev. Nechev gets way down the field, tries to turn the corner. They've got to kick it away, and Todorov heads back for the corner kick. Todorov setting up. Basically a straight line from Tabor. And there's just a mass of bodies right at the penalty spot. Goes in, looks for Rose. Is Rose going to be able to get it in? Oh, my goodness, he can't. Boy, a nice ball on a short hop from Dokic. The ball bounces right in front of Dokic. He kind of gets it away. Ball bounces up, and it just wouldn't come down to Rose's forehead in time. It's one of those slow motion balls that you just can't get down. And a throw in to Bistritza. Boy, as Todorov and Stančić were battling there, Todorov and Stančić don't seem to have slowed very much. Excuse me, they're going to give a foul. So I guess they're going to say that Todorov goes up and over his defender for the foul. 15 minutes remaining. Rose gets in there and takes a shoulder to the back, and we're going to get a foul. As Rose with a great job with his positioning. We see Rose uses that body, draws a lot of fouls, and also walls off a lot of defenders to create some assists. Boy, would love to see Rose get that hat trick here in this game. As the closer we get to 10 minutes and with a 1-goal lead, I am a nervous person by nature. We're going to get into squeaky bum time pretty quick. Ball sent forward. Boy, a nice looking attack for Bistritza with a couple of really good passes. As stood up, headed away though, and now coming down the far side, Stančić moving. He's got Todorov at the far side. Todorov backs off at the end. Stančić is going to back off as well. Stančić looking for a little bit of assistance as Sever at the top, Sever to Hojic. Hojic is going to send the ball in, sends the ball to the back post, and up and over. That was Carroll. Carroll trying to get there. Nice job by Nechev. He's going to keep the ball alive. Great hustle from Nechev. He's going to send the ball back in as well and going to be headed away. Not really many people in the spot. Rose was right in the middle. Carroll takes the ball away. Carroll gets the ball up to Todorov. Todorov quickly trying to gain position. Boy, is he going to get pulled down? He gets pulled down eventually, and they're just going to let him play on as he's just pulled down from, falling over backwards. And so now Gornick with 2 men on. Gornick moves to the inside. He's been difficult to deal with this game. Moving through the middle and now getting into an attacking position. Calling for it is Marcetić. Marcetić wants the ball in the middle. Marcetić, they try to get it to him, and the ball's going to fall to Gornick. Cleared out of the way. Boy, a great job on the clear. Is that Brischke? Nechev tries to get out of there. Gornick gets a ball at the top of the 18. Ball bounces back out again. They're going to send it into the back post. Hojic goes up. Hojic is going to get the goal kick as Hojic with a great job getting position. He's not the biggest guy and was going up against somebody who had him by 4 or 5 inches pretty easily, but he used such wise positioning. That was Marcetić that was at the back post. Boy, really great job from Hojic. Todorov, excuse me, that's not Todorov. Nechev at the near side. Nechev just lifts the ball up. Carroll with a guy on his back. And balls bounce back into play for Bistritza. Bistritza turns as that's going to be the sub Rock that comes in. Rock Fescher. Brischke trying to run forward. Ball gets a little bit away from him. They step in the way. Now trying to get back in defense is Brischke and Todorov. Or excuse me, Brischke and Nechev. Ball sent to the, boy, trying to go. I don't know if he was trying to go for goal or trying to chip it to the back post as Dukaric Boy, and Tabor need to take a long time getting to this ball, take a breath, as that was a hectic moment for Tabor. Looks like we're going to get a substitution, I believe.
Menjava v domači ekipi, v ekipi Tabora. Iz igre številka 25 Stančić Dino. V igro številka 9 Kuku.
Kuku comes on for Stančić. So Stančić was wanting to come over and give his teammate Kuku some love, and the official is telling Stančić to head off to the side. So Kuku and Carroll now going to be patrolling out there as a couple of fresh legs. Would love to see Kuku with another late goal here. As Zeriali is waiting for potentially October to get here before he puts the ball down.
Menjava v ekipi Bistrice. Iz igre številka 47 Kašnik Jaka. V igro številka 8 Bračko Nejc. In iz igre številka 32.
Okay, so you just heard part of what we were waiting on is, I think, 3 players come on for Bistritza. Karun's going to move it up to Hojic, and that ball's going to be a throw into Tabor. So a lot of players come on for Bistritza. We'll try and call them out as we see. The one that I see is Niek Brachko. Niek Brachko he comes in. So they're trying to bring in some fresh legs, see if they can run. Obviously, Bistritza was looking a little bit tired. Tabor's done a really good job, especially early on, running the ball back and forth and really trying to get Bistritza in bad positions, and it forced Bistritza just to be running all over the place. Now coming up, here's another one of those substitutions. Number 88 is Dvorak. And ball comes across. Dvorak tries to cut in. Now moving up the near side. Here's Kuku. Kuku sends the ball forward to Todorov. Todorov's going to slow it down, try and pull it backwards. And stepping in is going to be Fesher. Fesher steps in. And a throw in to Tabor. So Tabor are going to allow Nechev to come from somewhere in Croatia, as he's going to take he's going to take his time. Coming all the way in. 9 minutes left to go. He's going to see if he can get this under 7 by the time he throws it in. So the throw's going to come in, and nobody's staying real close. Running in back to him. Nechev is going to hand it off, and they're going to get an offside. Unfortunately, offside on Todorov as the throw came in. Kick to him. Throw to Todorov, which you're not offside on a throw, but he immediately receives the ball back from Nechev before he can get onside. So ball's going to get sent way forward by Dakic. Sever with the header, and now back and forth. Sever once again with the header. That's going to go way over the bench of Bistritza. Whoa, that throw is going to come from a long way. That throw went all the way out down by the back of the bench, and now all of a sudden they throw it out from midfield, running it down. Here comes Carroll trying to run the ball down and stop the progress forward, coming over the middle. Boy, Brisky sticks a foot out really last second as the ball was starting to roll through the middle. Carroll trying to close down. Nice job. Here's Rose. Rose trying to find a way to get it to Kuku and just can't quite get there. Going down and laying on the ball on the back line. Now they're going to send it the other direction. Kuku trying to recover. On the run is going to be Dvorak. Now they get the ball back towards the middle, trying to line up a shot. It is Fesher, now sends it to the top of the screen. They send the ball in, and Zeriali is there. Zeriali is going to catch it and lay on it. Good job by Zeriali. Another dangerous looking play. Boy, Tabor has not been super offensive in the second half. Really could use an opportunity to go down and at least win a little bit of momentum just by trying to put a really good shot on goal. Here's Kuku. He's got Todorov at the bottom. Todorov running through. Kuku and Rose are going to be back into the box. Todorov looking to try to win a ball here, going to left foot across, deep and too far though. It's going to roll all the way across. I don't think it's going to get all the way out, so they're going to turn around and go for the kick. Now, Tabor trying to play some defense high on the field, cutting off passing lanes, running through the middle though, and they're going to send the ball now with an opportunity down on the near side. Dvorak and running is Bracho in behind him, and control. What great control, trying to find a turn. Good job as Sever with a couple of bounces to keep the ball out of the 18. Back and forth, though. Coming out, is that Hojic? No, that's Cuckoo. Cuckoo out here on defense. Todorov comes in. He's got Brachko. Brachko trying to find a way to get the ball across. Crosses it in, and Zeriali is there. Boy, as that was Marsetic. Marsetic was running in. You can see Marsetic is exhausted. He's been running all over the place. And let's keep an eye on Marsetic. You're rolling it out. Marsetic is going to play behind. Got a couple of people standing up. Kreintz standing up. Cuckoo lets the ball go. Rose trying to battle it off. Oh, man, and they're going to call a foul on that. Boy, as they're going to call a foul on Rose trying to battle. I guess they're going to say that I believe that's number 20 on the field now, that Galich was pulled down by Rose. 5:37 left, and honestly, I think we're gonna get a ton of injury time based on all of the injuries that we've actually had in this half. It's been a lot of time that has been killed just by a lot of non-action. Everything picking up here now, though, with just about 5 minutes left in the game. Ball sent forward. And Todorov, excuse me, that's Nechev. Why do I keep getting Todorov and Nechev? There could not be two people on this team that are more different than Todorov and Nechev. Todorov at about 5'6", Nechev at about 6'2". As the ball's going to get sent back. Cuckoo tries to close down. Tabor trying to use their fresh legs just to run all over the field. Nice turn, though. Carroll comes back to the middle to try to cut it off. They go right down the line, and another opportunity, boy, as Bistritza continue to move the ball forward. They had it look like they were going to try and level a shot from outside the arch. Now a ball through. Dangerous-looking ball as just – no, excuse me. It's going to be touched on by Korun, and that's going to wind up being a corner kick. As the corner kick coming, and again, Veo, there we go. Veo's going to come back and show us no, Veo's going to move away from the flag, so we're not going to see it until the ball comes into the screen. A lot of red shirts inside the 6. Boy, they're just trying to create havoc inside the 6 and make it where Zeriali can't get there. All the bodies for Tabor in there as well. Header goes up and bounced away. Who's this running out? And boy, trying to battle the ball, as that's Hojic. Hojic trying to organize the defense around him. Hojic now out and mistouched, and going to be a throw-in for Tabor, as that's Sever. Sever trying to slow everything down. We're going to get a couple of substitutions. Kreintz is going to be coming on, as is Chandic. And so I bet Chandic probably comes on for Sever. Kreintz, we'll see who Kreintz comes on for here. Maybe Todorov. That's exactly what's going to happen. So Kreintz comes on for Todorov, and Chandic comes on for, no, Chandic comes on for Petkov. Boy, so we're going to get a couple of these really high-quality youngsters onto the field. Kreintz has really developed well this season. Young guy for this team, has a lot of promise, as does Chandic. Chandic, boy, really does a good job distributing the ball and finds some great line-breaking passes. Let's see if they can find Chandic with an opportunity to get a ball up to maybe a Cuckoo or a Kreintz and allow that ball maybe stretch it out and make it where I'm not quite so nervous. See if we can get a third goal here. As offside on Bistritza, and we're going to turn the ball around again. Boy, as Bistritza, you can see really trying to push forward hard. Tabor could really use a real quality counter. And they've got the guys on the field to do it. They've got some speed in Carroll. They've got some speed and ability. I don't want to call it like Carroll doesn't have ability. Speed and ability. Here we go. Let's say speed and ability in Carroll and Kreintz and Cuckoo. Rose has been on the field for a long time, so would love to see how much he's got left in those legs. And the throw is going to come into Tabor, as we're actually going to get another substitution. So Podlesnik comes on. Podlesnik comes on, and Dukuric comes off. And you see Dukuric was exhausted. Boy, that entire front line of Bistritza has been super tired. Here's Rose. Rose just playing a hold-up play. Rose does this really well with that body of his. Rose right on the arch. Rose is working, and he's going to win a corner. Nice job from Rose. Wins the corner. Oh, no, excuse me, wins a throw. Boy, I really thought he got a corner out of that. Wins the throw, so Kreintz now going to wind up for the throw here. Rose is coming in. Is Rose just going to play the corner once again? Rose holding the ball up, tries to get a turn. Now he backs it off, trying to get down to the corner as Kreintz steps in the way and gives a throw to Bistritza. 52 seconds left in regulation, but I said it, we're going to have a lot of time as this goes. Nice job coming through. Couldn't see who that was. Trying to get away on the 18. And boy, taken away by number 18. I mean, it wasn't 18, obviously. But battling back and forth is Tabor trying to get back behind the ball. Nice job clearing the ball away. And looking to run it down is going to bounce away again, though. Karun with the header back to Zeriali. Zeriali is going to let this go all the way to the line, make somebody come up on him before he's going to pick it up, and then he's going to turn it around. So we're going to see if he sends it long or he's going to boot it forward, as they've had a little bit of trouble trying to play out of the back here with a high press from Bistritza trying to win the ball. Nice header to get the ball way back down the field from Bistritza. That's going to be the horn, so that is full time. But, man, we've got a lot of injury time coming. Well, I'm not sure why the horn keeps going off. I think it's the first time I've heard the horn go off. They're going to get a cross in, but that cross is going to go too close to the net and be out. Boy, as Marsetic continues to be disappointed every time that something doesn't go into the back of the net. Boy, he's throwing that head back, and he is exhausted as well. He's worked really hard, and Marsetic, who gave them their first goal just 5 minutes into the game, sneaking up behind, I think it was Bistrica, boy, he just kind of hung out behind the goalpost and waited for a back pass, took it away and scores, and put Tabor on the back foot early on. As that ball's going to come across, Rose is trying to get out there and get it, winds up getting run into. Did not look like Dvorak was playing the. Wow, they're going to call a foul on Rose? Okay, no, they're going to call it a throw. It looked like Dvorak wasn't really playing the ball. He was just going into Rose as Rose was trying to play the ball. And so a flick back across the middle. Chandic gets in the way, and Chandic gives up the foul as going down hard was Brochko. It's going to give an opportunity. They're going to send everybody down. So everybody wearing a red jersey is going to be on the right side of the screen. They're going to send the ball way in. Zeriali comes out. Is he going to get there? Ball goes high up in the air. Zeriali's nowhere to be found as the header's going to go up and over. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm too old for this. As Zeriali comes in, I don't know if he punched it straight up, but the header goes straight up in the air. And then a great job by the Tabor defense. They wound up getting about 5 guys into the 6-yard box, heading it straight up and over. As Zeriali lines up for the kick. And again, I'm not anticipating a whistle anytime soon. I think we may still have 4 or 5 minutes left. So Rose looking to try to win a header. Can't. They're going to win. Don't win the second ball. Chandic tries to get to Cuckoo, and boy, they're going to give a foul against Cuckoo. Cuckoo's not really happy about it, and the push is going to go down. Who are they going to give the card to? They're going to give the card, so that's going to go to Dvorak. Dvorak with the card boy, he kind of went after Kreintz. Kreintz was not exactly trying to corral the ball, but boy, you also can't just go up and push through him. So once again, a very similar ball as last time. Cuckoo's going to drop back a little bit more now. They're going to go way back actually with Cuckoo. They're going to put them all into the box. He's going to deke once and then goes into the box. Zeriali stays back. And Zeriali comes out, lets the ball go down. Rose goes down at the 18. Boy, that concerned me. As that ball rolls out, Zeriali wisely just kind of lets it slowly roll to the side. And Marsetic goes hands to head once again. Zeriali going to take his time. He's going to send the ball forward. Tabor just trying to flick a ball on, win a second header. Kreintz with a nice header. Rose does a good job, sends the ball backwards. They send the ball down the field and booted back across. And is that going to be a throw-in? Did that ball go out? Yeah, it's going to foul. As there's the full-time whistle and a huge victory for Tabor. Oh my goodness, they go down 1-0 early in the game and 2 big goals off the amazing forehead of Federico Rose. Boy, Petkov and Nechev with the assist. That was a big-time football game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for joining me. Hey, make sure, head over to the Telegram if you've got that. Check out the new website. What a great website, a good look. Hey, go get yourself some Tabor stuff. You know, if you've got some, maybe get a little bit more. You can never have too much. Boy, as a huge game from Tabor, they take the victory as they're going to move into third place all by themselves. Really nice job from Tabor, as the next game for Tabor is going to be a week from today, an 8 a.m. game against NAFTA. And let me tell you, if you thought this game was big, that game is going to be gigantic, as that's going to be 2 versus 3. And after NAFTA, Bilye, Belticini, and Brigny. So, ladies and gentlemen, my goodness, it's been my pleasure. You guys know I love doing this. Thank you for coming and enjoying this game with me. Let's go celebrate a Tabor victory. I'm Kyle Shipp. Go Tabor!